Hello, YouTube. It's the Utopian Buddha. So today I want to talk about a very sensitive topic, which is sex, right? Sex has either been treated as an anathema, as something that needs to be avoided, run away from, like the Hindu yogis in the East, or sex has gone to the other extreme in the West, and it's been treated as if it's just some kind of plaything, some kind of cheap toy that people can have sex with multiple partners without having some kind of energetic result from that. Both of those things are true, are terrible, right? Both of those things lead to sexual issues. Both of those things cause harm, right? So when it comes to the East, right? The Hindu yogis always talk about how, you want to channel your sexual energy, you want to transmute your sexual energy into the higher chakra energies, and that's all true. But you can have that without repressing your sex drive, right? Some people, they say, so many Hindu yogis, including Shivananda, right? Swami Shivananda, Ramana Maharshi, a lot of them have this notion, right? And for some people it works, right? That if you sexually desire a woman, you should imagine her doing something disgusting so you can be averse to that sex drive, right? So what you're essentially doing is you're manipulating the natural attraction that men and women have for each other and trying to make it repress it or put it down, right? And say that, oh, this isn't right, this isn't good. Well, having a sexual attraction to a woman is not necessarily a bad thing, especially if you can transmute that sexual attraction into true love for that woman, right? I mean, but it's not healthy to just imagine, you know, Ramana Maharshi famously said, if you're sexually attracted to, he didn't say this, but he told one of his devotees that if you're sexually attracted to a woman, go and stand on a hot rock and put yourself through pain until you no longer sexually desire her. And maybe that works for like 2% of people, right? But for the vast majority of people, sexual desire is not something that you should repress, and not something, the lower instincts are something that need to be integrated into consciousness. But then you have to go on, then people go on the other side, right? And they suffer from excessive sexual issues, especially young men and young women in American culture, right? They're sexualized at such a young age, and that destroys your energy, because when you have sex with someone else, you're taking on their lower energies. You're not even taking on their higher energies. You're taking on their lower energies. And I felt this in certain people, like you can feel that energy, and it's a corruption. You're corrupting sex. Sex is something very holy. Sex is something that needs to be respected. Sex is something that's very powerful. And all of these Westerners just degrade sex and turn it into a plaything. And you know what? I've done that too. I've never, in fact, I've suffered from drug addiction, right? Stimulants, right? Amphetamines, right? But I never had sex on them. I would just watch pornography. But pornography, at least it's not, you're not exchanging energies with that another person. It's just you by yourself, doing some fantasy thing, which is still gross. I'm cutting out porn too. I don't watch that anymore these days. But but that's not to say that you should totally repress your sex drive on the other side. I mean, use your imagination, honestly, because it's not something that needs to be repressed like the yogis of the East do, and it's not something that needs to be indulged in like the people of the West do, that just turn it into some plaything and some cheap parlor trick, right? Sex is holy, sex is God. And if you look at the life of Swami Satchidananda, he is the perfect reason why you should never repress your sex drive, and also why the West is too sexualized, right? He came to America, he acted all holy and stuff, and he started seducing these young women, grooming them, and then sleeping with them. I'm sure, and Satchidananda was still a good guy, but he had a dark side, he had an evil side, and he's an exact model case as to why culture destroys people's sexuality, both in the East and both in the West. There needs to be balance. There needs to be a non-dualistic integration of your sexuality, and that comes for most people. I'm not saying everyone has different vibrations, different things, but like, okay, so let's look at one. So those people who can transmute their sex drive and can repress their sex drive, and their repression actually turns into transmutation, like Ramana Maharshi, like Swami Shivananda, fine, it works. Then you have people on the other side. Maybe they just want to have sex and sleep around a lot. If you're going to do that, at the very least, have sex with someone that you're in a relationship with, like a long-term relationship or even a short-term relationship. Don't just sleep around, have these one-night stands. And then there's the middle course, which is just get married. Honestly, just settle down and get married to someone that you're in love with. Honestly, it's that simple, right? For me, I've been looking for an Indian woman who can really like set me straight, and I can help, I can help her too, because honestly, like, but for me, I'm a very happy individual. I'm a yanni. I'm very intellectual. So it's very for so far I haven't found a woman that's as who has the same psychological qualities that I have. You're trying to look for your mirror in a way in another person. So that's how it goes, man. You can't repress your sex drive, and you can't indulge in it to the point of disgustingness, right? So you don't want to degrade your energy field. Your energy field, it needs to be as pure and holy as possible. I've never gone all the way with a woman. I've never gone all the way with a woman, and I'm still waiting for that one woman who I can really devote my life to. So we'll see if it happens. I still need some to work on myself a bit before I marry this woman. I need to really get my stuff together and start making some money, honestly. And that'll happen eventually, honestly. Some of my books, I'm thinking about publishing them with a regular traditional author, but we'll see. All right, I'll see you guys later.